As you can see on the screen, a 31-year-old used her $1,200 stimulus check to start a cash stuffing business. It's on track to bring in approximately $1 million this year. See, those stimulus checks, to those who were business savvy, understood that it wasn't just a handout or a freebie. And those type of people are the same types that are more interested, should I say, in not just working for their money, but having their money work for them. The article goes to say, by January 2021, Jasmine Taylor knew she needed to adjust her mindset around money. The now 31-year-old mom from Amarillo, Texas, had barely made it through the holiday shopping season the month before. I just remember wondering how I was going to make it through the next month, she tells CNBC. Taylor had recently lost her full-time job and was getting by on side hustles, delivering prescriptions for pharmacies and food for DoorDash. She held about $60,000 in student debt and another $9,000 in medical and credit card debt. So, like just about everyone else looking to finally figure something out, she went to YouTube, where she discovered cash stuffing, a money management strategy that changed her life. I found cash budgeting, and I literally stuck to it. Taylor says, I would only spend what I had in cash. She decided to hold herself accountable by posting on TikTok, which at the time was mostly kids dancing. Taylor remembers posts of her managing her finances by stuffing cash into envelopes soon went viral. In the first year of getting her money in order, Taylor was able to pay off $23,000 in student loan debt and wipe out her medical debt and credit card balance. Once she established a big following, she currently has 620,000 followers in TikTok. She turned cash stuffing into a business by the name of Baddies and Budgets, though which she sells money courses, budgeting supplies, and other accessories. In 2022, the business pulled in about $850,000. This year is on track to clear $1 million. You know, this particular person and video is the reason why I do the Ebony Excellence Series, to highlight the melanated folks, males and females, young and old, who do great things. Do great things such as turning pain into progress, which is, ironically, the next title of my video that I'm writing for currently. And this is a clear-cut and perfect example of turning pain into progress because of her credit card debt and her student loan debt, which, in my opinion, were unnecessary because it essentially didn't help her situation. It made it worse. But in actuality, it made the situation even better because she had the wherewithal to turn that pain that she put herself through into progress. Instead of whining and complaining online, selling herself, bonnet and weaving and extra spider eyelashes up, for only fools and stuff like that. So salute to this sister. The article continues, says, old school budgeting. My grandmother used to do that. And before I even get into it, already I know this is going to be similar to how my grandmother did things. Because I learned a lot from my grandmother. Even though I lived and stayed with my mom, I spent a lot of time with my grandmother and my aunt. And I picked up things from my grandmother and my aunt that my mother could not teach me. So it reads, when Taylor began cash stuffing, she operated on a zero-based budget, which is the most common option among cash stuffers, she says. That means you start your budget with whatever your paycheck number is, and you give every dollar a place to go down to zero. Once she has a plan in place for the month, she divvies up her money in the form of physical cash. I put aside money for bills and envelopes. I put money aside for variable expenses, which is weekly spending, she says. Then you also put money aside for sinking funds, which are like little short-term or long-term savings accounts. Those can include an emergency fund, money for car maintenance, or money earmarked for holidays. I know this all so well. So one of my typical practices was when I break big bills, I put aside all these singles in one area, all the pennies in one area, and all the silver coins in one area. And every time I break a big bill, whether it be 5, 10, 20, 50, 100, it doesn't matter. Well, those singles, pennies, and change always goes into a certain area, and it's not to be touched until I'm satisfied with the accumulation of it, and or I may need to use that. Like, say, for example, doing laundry. I'm actually doing laundry, and I actually go to a laundromat. Well, I already have all my quarters ready because I've saved them up from all, breaking the big bills. Let's continue. Now, the entire article will be in the description box below. The link is there. But I chopped up some important parts for the video, for prosperity. And so it continues. If this sounds familiar, and by this they mean cash stuffing, it's because it is. The envelope method for budgeting has been around for decades and was a popular way of managing household finances in the days before debit cards and online payments. I've had older women reach out. They came across my content and they're like, my grandmother used to do that, Taylor says. It didn't take long for Taylor to revamp her money habits. A few months in, after diligently tracking where all her money was going, she had saved $1,000. It was the first time in her life she had access to that much cash. Great job. I love, love, love the ambition and the discipline and level of discernment to decide what she needed and what she did not need. This is freaking awesome. I'll conclude with this, and as I said, the article link is in the description box below. The article reads, I looked into the envelope and it had been sitting there for a while. And I'm like, oh my God, I haven't needed this, she says. It's a really surreal feeling when you're a person who has mismanaged money all of their life. And when you finally get to the point where it's like, okay, I can do this. This is so awesome because everything that she has done and went through, I have also done and went through in the past. And I'm good now.